Everyone wants to know how to improve their relationships with a spouse, sibling, parent, child, friend, or colleague. How can we all get along just a little bit better? Here are 7 principles we can live by to help us move towards better relationships. Number 1, conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. Conflict is no fun, but to avoid it is to postpone and multiply it. When you are inevitably faced with it in the future, you will have no control over it, and it will be significantly more disruptive to your life. Better a pill today than the surgeon's knife tomorrow. Someone once said that the best person to talk about the problems in your relationship is the person you're in a relationship with. This is especially true for married people. A house cannot be a home when there is an elephant in the room. Number 2, don't worship people. People make terrible gods because no one wants to live with a pushover. In a meaningful relationship, the couple contends with one another, providing just enough tension so that they are both involved in the process of mutual growth and transformation. In the words of the wise, every relationship has its problems, but what makes it perfect is when you wouldn't want to be anywhere else, even when times are tough. Number 3, it's hard to fix someone. It's even harder to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. You cannot care more about someone else's problems than they do. If someone does not want to be helped, there is nothing you can do to solve their problem. If there is going to be any hope for a solution, there must be honesty and a willingness to interact from the person with the problem. So, if you have a problem, admit it, and in the words of Les Brown, ask for help, not because you are weak, but because you want to remain strong. Number 4, have urgency. You deserve someone who goes out of their way to make it obvious that they want you in their life. In the words of Michael Altshuler, the bad news is that time flies. The good news is that you're the pilot. What you do with the time you have on this planet, and particularly who you spend it with, is your prerogative. The best thing to spend on your relationship is time, conversation, understanding, and honesty. Number 5, give precise, meaningful praise. Words have power. They can build up or destroy. You want to have better relationships, so it behooves you to verbalize the good things you see in others. Sincerely and honestly tell the people around you when they do good and why it was good. Like someone once said, praise is like sunlight. It helps all things to grow. Number 6, pay attention to your conscience. Conscience is that inner feeling or voice that acts as a guide to the rightness or wrongness of your behavior. If, for any reason, you ignore it, it will constantly gnaw at you. It's one thing to worry about what other people say about you. You have no control over that. But it's another thing to listen to your conscience, because it is who you are. If you obey your conscience, you will relate better with others, or at the very least, you will be able to live with yourself. Number 7, remove resentment. Aristotle said, being angry is easy, but what is hard is to be angry with the right person, to the right degree, at the right purpose, and in the right way. I would say, outside of God, no one can meet that standard. So, drop any anger, bitterness, or resentment you may have toward anyone, because resentment is like taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Relationships, meaningful relationships, foster growth in all concerned. A relationship is the way 2 or more people are connected and behave toward each other. Great relationships are not great because they have no problems. Rather, they are great because both people care enough about the other to find a way to make it work. So, with the help of these principles, find a way to make your relationships work.